Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and the altcoin markets and kind of how I recommend diversifying some of your Bitcoin into altcoins as we are preparing for another wave in the market. So we got a volume spike that has me very confident in the Bitcoin market specifically over the next little while. If we hover our mouse over this volume spike, we can see that it was $54 billion and it came in on a bullish candle. So that was a buying volume candle. There was also actually, I was on the wrong candle, it's actually $105 billion. $54 billion was the candle before it. And if we hover our mouse over the kind of the top of the last cycle when we started to sell off, it was about 100 billion. So to have another $100 billion coming in shows me that we could easily be reversing at this price point. Now, something that I'm watching really closely is the altcoin market cap, altcoin total market cap actually. If we hover over the altcoin total market cap, we can see that we got another volume spike in altcoins as well. And this volume spike is $245 billion, you guys. So it is really time to start diversifying some of your Bitcoin into altcoins and taking altcoins a little bit more seriously again. If we look at the dominance of the market caps in general, meaning that we're looking at altcoin dominance versus Bitcoin, we can see that this could easily be a reversal pattern. I'm still waiting for us to get above this resistance because we could easily fall one more time onto this support. But either way, it's time to start diversifying and start accumulating, even if this means that we go for one more low and buy the dip further. Now, I'm not saying the altcoins will go for a new low. I'm saying their dominance will go for a new low, meaning that their percentage share of the market might drop again. But that's only if we don't get above this level right here. And that percentage is 34%. Right now, the altcoin market cap takes up for about 32% of the total market. And if we've learned in the past, 2018, they came all the way up to 67% share. So I expect fully for us to have another altcoin run in the future where they rally up to maybe 50% a share or more. And that just means that altcoins will have a time to shine. And that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's gonna all of a sudden drop less or that you should go all in on altcoins. This is about diversification. This is about being in what makes sense. And obviously, you guys, Bitcoin and altcoins both make sense to be in them. It makes sense to be in both markets because if you're only in one and then the other one starts to outperform the other one, you're not going to do as well. And that's why you have to have some altcoins and some Bitcoins as well. Now, my favorite way to diversify is to go to coinmarketcap.com. And let's just say that you're 100% in Bitcoin right now. I know like people like my mom, she's basically 100% in Bitcoin. I mean, she has some Bitcoin Cash and some coins that were kind of given to her along the way because of all the new coins that would take the name of Bitcoin and say, here, you can have all these free coins. So she does have some free coins that she got basically along the way. But for the most part, she's in Bitcoin. So this video is kind of for my mom. Shout out to her. She's always supported me in my cryptocurrency journey, and I really appreciate her for that. Now, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Binance Coin, Tron, Stellar, Cardano, Monero, Chainlink are all examples of altcoins, coins that aren't Bitcoin. They're alternative currencies besides the currency of Bitcoin. Now, they are good to have a little bit of your capital in because they are more volatile than Bitcoin. And if you look at, for example, XRP, you can see this just by looking at the chart. Once this loads from the server, let's just take the price of Bitcoin away for a second. You can see how XRP went all the way up all the way up to about $3, around $4, $3 to $4. I can't get my mouse to hover above the exact top right now, but let's just say $3.50. I can't remember the exact price. It went from 28 cents to $3.50 like that, like instantly, right? So there's a lot of money to be made in altcoins, but because of their high volatility, it also dropped really quickly. I'm sure you saw. We'll go back one more time. I'm sure you saw on the chart, it dropped extremely quickly after that. Really, really hard, and then rounded out and starts to accumulate again. Now, let's look at the Bitcoin chart as an example of something that's more stable. The Bitcoin chart is just growing. It just grows. As you can see, it was really fast, and it did drop pretty hard, but it's not nearly as parabolic as the altcoins, and it's a lot more stable and something that you could keep more money in. So what I like to recommend for people is that they have at least 40 to 60% in Bitcoin. Now the rest you can have a little bit in the USDT, the US dollar tether, and play around with altcoins. So if you don't have any altcoins right now, you need to sign up for an altcoin exchange. Binance, for example. There's also Bittrex. There's Poloniex. Some of these don't allow for US customers. So some of them, if you're a US customer, you're going to have to look around for exchanges. Bittrex allows for US customers. So go ahead and find the exchange that you prefer and transfer some of your Bitcoin over there and start buying. Now, don't transfer 100% of your Bitcoin in and put it all in altcoins just because they might make you more money. That's called taking on too much risk. But go ahead and take some of that Bitcoin currency that you have and put it into some of these alternative currencies. Now, what ones should you pick? I recommend going by market cap. The ones that are still high in market cap currently are going to do well, at least in the beginning of the next bull run. Towards the end, we're going to have all kinds of random ones that come up and so much hype that stuff will just pop out of nowhere and pump really, really hard. But these ones are going to do good for the beginning of the bull market. So they're really good that you can put in right now. And they'll do well through the whole bull market as well, but you are going to see some random ones pop up that you never heard of later on. Now, Litecoin, Monero, Cardano, Stellar, EOS, Tron, these coins, they've held their market share. That means that they have inherent value. People believe that they're going to go up again because they're keeping a majority of their percentage in these coins. So if you want to know ones that will work well for you that you don't have to think a lot about, you can go ahead and pick by market capitalization, find the ones that you like, and invest in those ones. I purely recommend investing in Monero. I recommend investing, and by purely I don't mean 100%, obviously. Like I said, risk management. It's just the wording that I used in that scenario. Monero, we've got Aetherium, we've got XRP. These coins are really, really beneficial for you to invest in. XRP is a fast pumper. I don't recommend believing in this coin really for the long term. I do think it will have its place, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes really, really high in the next cycle. But this is a banking coin, and I don't see banking staying around forever. I think that banking will be replaced by computing. We can use our computers to bank. We don't have to go to a physical location to do that. Our phones as well are banks. We can use these as our banks now. So for the super long term, I'm not the biggest fan of Ripple, but for something to invest in to make money quickly and pull out as it pumps, definitely a one that can give you high percentage gains. I do actually recommend the ones that don't pump as hard and drop as hard though, because you're not going to get as wrecked. Like Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of like Bitcoin. It had a nice cycle. It pumped really hard and then it fell nice and steadily. So Ethereum's one that I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and take some of that Bitcoin and put it into. EOS is also more of a rounded coin. It had a pump right here. It fell, it pumped, and then it rounded all the way out. And this is what I would call an expanded flat correction Elliott wave theory. So EOS is definitely one that you guys can enjoy, invest in, and make some money on, you guys. Maker token is another classic to invest in. If we just pull up the chart right here, this one is just being accumulated, very heavily accumulated over the long term. So it looks like it's making a double bottom, inverse end shoulders, ready to break out. So I'm really liking the altcoin market cap. I'm really liking Bitcoin. Now, people ask me, where's Bitcoin going to be in the next few years? I can't tell you exact prices, but I will say this. It wouldn't surprise me if we're up over 14,000 again by the end of this year. And I definitely see us going up above 20,000 again in Bitcoin's lifetime. After which, 50,000 to 200,000 aren't crazy targets once you break our all-time resistance here and start for another one of those beautiful crypto cycles. So diversify in some altcoins, sign up for an exchange. Again, Bittrex, if you're a US customer, you've got Binance. If you're not a US customer, there's also lots of, or Poloniex as well. There's also lots of exchanges, you guys. With a quick Google search, you can find an exchange to sign up for and start trading on it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I love every single one of you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. As always, stay profitable out there.